Frank Schwindel, the legendary Frank Schwindel, the Schwindy City that Chicago was once referred to. It was his town. We're all just living in it at one point. Unfortunately, the Schwindy City might be Des Moines if it weren't for some bizarre occurrences, but he was sent down to Iowa Sunday morning to AAA Iowa, and fortunately or unfortunately, you could say, he didn't quite make it to Des Moines. Sunday morning, he got the bad news that he was being sent to Iowa, and it's about a 5-hour drive. So he decided he was going to take off Monday morning to just drive to Iowa. When he found out he had a nail in his tire, which that's happened to many people I know in Chicago, especially if you park under the L tracks ever, which I used to live next to the L. There's plenty of places where you can get some tire damage throughout Chicago, so that's not too surprising. But it's actually a fortunate thing for himself and the Cubs that he did have this issue and wasn't able to get his tire fixed in time to leave on Sunday when he was first demoted, because the Cubs needed him to immediately fly to San Diego for their game Monday night because the aforementioned Marcus Stroman and then Dave Roberts landed on the COVID list. So they did not have, they had room at least on their roster where they could move him back up. And they were also worried about a general COVID outbreak within the team. So they needed all the bodies on hand that they could as they're traveling to the West Coast. So it ended up that Frank Schwindel was demoted to AAA Iowa for a total of 16 hours and never took an at bat, and was back with the big club, and actually made it to San Diego just in time, which would have been much more difficult if he was trying to find a last second connecting flight from Des Moines to San Diego.
Yes, that would have been difficult.
What it would be flying from Chicago to San Diego. Apparently, many people spotted him in the airport, which is kind of funny because we were just joking about that last week. How he's
I wouldn't even know.
I think he was known just because of that photo of him in Murphy's bleachers holding the Miller Lite that I was making fun of him last week for. But he apparently had to sit middle seat. I'm guessing he was flying Southwest because he had to board the plane. He got his ticket and boarded the plane very late. Had to have the middle seat on his Southwest flight. Just as, of course, the everyman that Frank Schwindel is, perfectly placed in that middle seat, as we've all had to endure at one time or another. So apparently he's going through the airport and people recognize him, and he's just telling people, yeah, I'm going to San Diego, but please don't post this on social media. Keep it quiet. And I guess most people did, but just some more shit you couldn't make up.
Word Hole Media.